A restaurant in France has hit the headlines because it's banning people from using their mobiles. The owner of Le Petit Jardin near Montpellier says it's rude and sucks the joy from his restaurant in a way that only a French person could say. And that's something that Lailana Shouly, who works at the Tea Terrace in London, agrees with. We'll find out why in a second. Also with us is Rupert Wesson from Barbet, the etiquette expert. So, Lailana, you have brought in what look like books, but they're not. Explain.
Exactly. So these are what we call phonetentiaries or phone penitentiaries. And basically, we offer our guests at the restaurant an option where they can lock up their phones.
Okay.
So they put their phones in here.
Yeah, you can have mine, because I shouldn't really have mine so close when I'm working.
Alrighty. So you lock up your phones. We have a special code that only the staff know.
Right.
We lock them up and we just leave them at the table. And you're not allowed to touch it until you're done, or if you want. So what happens is, basically, people will put their phones in the phonetentiary.
How many people do this?
Well, normally it's a whole table. We try to encourage the whole table to do it. And if it's, let's say, a family of 4, let's say, within 10 minutes, you'll have someone from the family saying, please, can I have my phone? I might have an emergency email, or someone might be trying to talk to me, or I want to check something on Instagram or Facebook, you know. And we try to persuade them. We ask them, do you really, really need it? Do you need it?
And I bet the tea tastes better without it.
I mean, honestly, it does.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Without distractions, indeed. So yeah, we just try to create this no distraction kind of zone.
And Rupert, you're nodding, and I think you're nodding in agreement there, aren't you?
Absolutely. It's sad that we have got to this stage.
It is.
But I'm delighted to see they're making a stand.
But why do we need to use such sort of stringent ways of putting our mobiles down? Why can't we do it all on our own?
I would love to say that it's easy, but actually it's not. And I, like probably most of the people around this table, am wedded to my phone. But I think we've just got to remember that the person in the room is so much more important and deserves our attention in so much more than the people who are not in the room.
So when it comes to etiquette, of which you and Barbet are complete experts on, should we lead the way if we're going out for dinner with friends, family, business associates? Should we put our phones away or switch them off and make a show of that?
Yeah, that's not a bad way of doing it. I think so. I enjoy dinner so much more when everybody is focused on the room, and not on their mobile phones. And I think if you can just create that idea that it's more important to focus on the room, then that's great. And I think these little boxes here make that statement in a really powerful way. Because
I know you lock up kids' devices as well.
We do, tablets as well.
A lot of adults might put their own down, and then they'll stick a screen in front of their children to keep them quiet. Now, that's not really getting the point, is it?
No, exactly. So basically what we want to do is we want to bring it back to the traditional ways where you have a conversation with your family, or even catching up with friends or something. And yeah, this does it. It's a new revolutionary way. It's unfortunate it has come to this, but that's why we offer them a choice to do it or not.
But the thing is, as the Tea Terrace, you would naturally want to promote what you do, and one way of doing that is on social media. But if people can't take pictures for Instagram, how are they going to let people know that they had that cup of tea? If it's not on social, it didn't happen, right?
Exactly. So what normally happens is we let them take photos and everything, and when we take their order, we ask, do you want us to lock your phones away? Or, once the food comes, we can take a photo, you can use your phones, and then once you're ready to start eating, then we'll lock your phones away. So it's mostly the whole when the food arrives and when you're enjoying your meal, that's when the catching up happens and everything.
And actually, Rupert, just to finish off, it shouldn't just be at the dinner table. We should be putting these things to one side just routinely throughout the day, shouldn't we?
Absolutely. At work, business meetings, again, the phones should be out of sight, out of mind, and we should focus on the interaction and the connection we have in the room. Again, at home, particularly with our loved ones, the phones should be away.